Hello everyone. If it's all right, I'm going to do another. I'm going to do another maths video today, if that's all right. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to do some maths with you today, and I want to show you this actually. I've just written this out actually, and I want to show you this. What I've done. I've done that. And I just want you to take some of this information in, if you want to, and I'm just going to go through it with you. Actually, the 50 miles or 88,000 yards, and 50 times 1760. Well, 1,760 yards equals 1 mile, and I've got the hours here and the minutes, and I just want to show you here the 3/4. So we're doing it in an hour. So hours, 50 miles per hour, 50 miles. So I just wanted to show you that. Yeah, and if you just look at that, the 3/4, the 0.75. Now that's 37.5 miles. That unit there is 37.5 miles. Or it's 66,000 yards. And 37.5 miles times 1760. So that actually is where I got 37.5. That is in miles actually, times 1760. It's not minutes, it's miles. So I just wanted you to see that. And that on this side it's 45 minutes there. There it's 45 minutes, and then it's the same again. So 12.5 miles times 1760, and that gives you the answer is 22,000 yards, and 37.5 miles times 1760 gives you 66,000 yards, and 6.25 times 1760 gives you 11,000 yards. So where I've got the 1760, 6.25 miles times 1760, that's the unit. So I just wanted you to see that. And I've got the fractions there, the quarter 0.25, 1/8 is 1.125, and a 16th is 0.0625. And so yeah, I just wanted you to see that. And on this side, it's the same sort of theme, if you like. And again, 1.5625 times 1760 will give you 2750 yards. And then 0.78125 times 1760 gives you 1375 yards. And if you like, on here I've got 45 minutes, and obviously the 60 is when it's done the 88,000 yards or 50 miles. So I've got 45 minutes on your far right, I think, on the far right of your screen. I've got 30, I've got 15, 7 minutes and 30 seconds there. And on this side, I've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds, 1.52, 1 minute 52.5 seconds, and 56.25 seconds at the bottom there, 56.25. So I'm just halving it all the time. Thank you for looking at that. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much. Yeah, and the bottom there, it's 3.125 or 5,500 yards, and it's actually 3.125 times 1760, which gives you 5,500 yards, I think. So and then the 2750. So in order to get the 2750 yards, you've got to times 1.5625 times 1760. Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll just do some more maths today with you. Thank you for being patient at the moment. Thank you. Just want to write something else out now. Right, there's just something I want to show you here. 77,000 divided by 88,000 times 100 over 1. Now, if you do that, take two, do the diagonal here. I'm doing the diagonal here. 2 noughts off the 100 and 2 noughts off 88,000. Just wanted you to see that. And if I then do this, just wanted you to see that. Lovely, thank you for seeing that. So I've just done 88, divide that, 880 divide that into 77,000 gives you 87.5. I just wanted you to see that. Lovely, thank you very much, thank you. And I just wanted to do another one for you. If I just do this. If I just show you that. Thank you. 62.15 times 21.3 gives you 1323.795, and then and it's almost the same as doing that actually, over 1. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thanks. If I do this, what I've done there is 62 times 21.3, and it equals 1320.6, 1320.6. So I just wanted you to see that, and then obviously it can develop into that next bit there. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thanks. If I write this down now. That's the first stage I'm doing there. Thank you for that. And then I'm going to do that. And then I've just put 21.3 into a division sum there into 13.25. That's 21.3 into 13.25, and you get 62.2. That's what I just wanted to show you. Yeah. This one I'm going to do now. .62 times 100 gives you 662. And then the next bit I'm doing is this. In this stage, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to say .7 into 662, and then I've got the answer there, 61 something or other. Just wanted you to see that. 61.86, thank you for that. .86%, I think it was. If I should have put the percentage down. Okay, then 3.4. So 3.4 times 100 equals 340. Thank you for looking at that. And then I'm going to do the next stage here. The next stage is 5.5 into the 340, because the denominator is always there, and the numerator is actually like that. It's always done like that. And the denominator is the one at the top, which I'm sure you're aware of, and the numerator is the one at the bottom. No, sorry, the denominator is the one at the top. No, the numerator is the one at the top, and the denominator is the one at the bottom, I think. So it's the denominator at the bottom and numerator at the top. I think it's like that. If you're not sure, you can look it up, but I think I'm right there. I don't want to say something that's not right. Right, okay, thank you. And then obviously 61.81%. That's the answer. Thank you. Thanks. And then if I just do this as well, sorry about this, 6 times 1760. So that's 6 times 1760 there, sorry about that. That's 6 times 1760. So the answer is 10,560. And then I'm just going to do this. So the first bit is 6 times 1760, which is 10,560. Then I've said 8 into 10,560, and it gives you 1320. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you for that. Thanks. Right. Now if I right, 13,200. Just done that first bit now. So it's 1320 times 100, right? So, and it's 13,200. And then the next stage of this sum is going to be and I think that's percentage actually there. So it's 17. The next bit of the sum is 1760 into 13,200, and it's 75%, I think. Thank you. Thanks for that. And if you wanted to be sorry about this. you just reverse the question, you get 1320 there for this answer. 6/8 of 17, 6/8 for 1760 is 1320. Yeah, 1320. Thank you for that. Lovely, thanks. Right. Thanks for being patient today. Another thing I want to write out now is this. Right, I want to show you this. 100,001 point no pennies, because I'm doing money now, plus 63p equals. I just want you to see that. Thank you for that. And obviously, the pennies that's the answer is 63p, and on this one it's 100,001 exactly, and it's got no pennies on the penny column. It's 00, but that's got 63. So I just wanted you to see that. Thank you very much. Thanks. Right, this one's 100,000 and 99 and 0.3 pennies. So 100,999.3 pennies plus £3, and the answer for here is done that there for you. Thank you for that. And the answer's where I've got the equals, so I just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks for that. And if I just write this down, right, I've just done this one, right, to show you here. And it's 100,999 and 5p. So the penny column is there, plus 95p. And then your new answer is that. Your new answer is that. The answer, I mean, yeah, well, I've got the equals there. Thank you for that. So just doing money at the moment, so thank you. just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thank you very much for looking at that. Yeah, 100,005p plus £999.96. And that's the new answer there. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks. And if I just do one more of these, thank you. Now that should be a comma there. Sorry, I've got a dot there for. Just ignore the dot. There should be the commas for the 100 for the one at the top, 100, and then you've got a comma, and then you've got 3 more noughts, and then you've got the dot, and then you've got 05 for the pence, and then you say plus 96p, and the answer is 100,000, and that one there. And so the dot, there shouldn't be a dot there, but there should be dots there, and their commas are correct there. So. Thank you, lovely. Thank you very much. Thanks. And if I just do this very quickly for you. Right, 300 hertz. I've got here. The unit's 300 hertz equals 300 cycles per second, and this one here is 300 kilohertz, which is 300,000 cycles per second. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you. So that one's 1,000 there. The second one down is 1,000. Thank you for that. And it's 3. It's my 3. So just wanted to say it's 3. I've done 3 2 noughts and 3 300s for both the first two. Thank you. Three megahertz is 3 million cycles per second. Just wanted to say that. Say that. It's 3 million cycles per second. Just wanted to say that. And I've got 300 megahertz here, and that's 300 million cycles per second. So 300 megahertz is 300 million cycles per second, and 3 megahertz is 3 million cycles per second. I just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thanks very much. And I've got 3 gigahertz here. Cycles per second, and I've got 3 gigahertz there, and it's actually 9 noughts, so it's 3. It's 3 gigahertz. So I just wanted to set cycles per second. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I also want to talk about quickly ratio here. So just talk very quickly about ratio. 70, divide that by 2, 3. So 70, divide that by 5. Just want to show you that, right. So it's 2 plus 3 there. And 2 is person A and 3 is person B. Right. Okay. So 2 is person A, and 3 is person B. Okay, so 2, and then you just say 70 divide that by 5 is 14. Right, so that's fine. Sorry about that, yeah. And then person A is 2 times 14, which gives you 28. And person 3, so 2 times 14 is for the 2-bit, and 3 times 14 is for the 40 is the person B. And so 2 times 14 gives you 28, and 3 times 14 gives you 42. So I just wanted to show you that. Hopefully you can, 70 divide that by 5 is 14. And then 14 times 2 gives you 28. 14 times 3 gives you 42. So it does add up to 70. So 2 is person A on the 2, 3, and 3 is person B. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thanks very much. Now I just want to do some other things with you now. If I put A cubed, so A cubed, sometimes I write A in 2 different ways, so that's just me, I'm sorry about that. So A cubed equals A times A times A. And I want you to see this. A cubed is like that. A cubed equals A to the 3, A times A times, so 3 A's there. I just wanted you to see that, thank you. And if I put here 2A squared equals 2 times A squared, which equals 2 times A times A. I just want you to see that as well, actually, very quickly. Yeah, so it's 2A squared, sorry, my A again, it's 2A squared. 2 times A squared equals 2 times A times A. So I just wanted you to see that. Thank you very much, thank you. And if I do this one, I want you just to see that. AB is A times B. So I just want you to see that. Thank you for that, thanks. Just wanted to see that one as well. Thank you for that. Lovely, thank you very much. So that's 2AB, 2 times AB equals 2 times A times B. Just wanted you to see it. Thank you. And if I do this one here, I just want you to see that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, 2AB squared equals 2 times AB squared equals 2 times A times B squared, which equals 2 times A times B times B. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. A squared B. This one I want to show you, well, another one I want to show you now. This one here. Just want to show you that. Thank you for that. So that's 5a squared b equals 5 times a squared b, which equals 5 times a squared times b, which equals 5 times a times b. So I just wanted to show you that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I just want to do this one more with you. So I just want to show you that. Okay, got 4b in brackets and there's squared outside it equals 4b times 4b. And then you've got 4 times b times 4 times b. And then you've got 4 times 4 times b, so it equals 16 but b squared. I just wanted to show you that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for that. And I also want to just say another thing today. I wouldn't mind just saying about latitude and longitude, just a little bit of information that you might be interested in. 0 is the equator, and 90 is the North Pole, and 90 is the South Pole, you know, on the top of the world and the top of the world and bottom of the world. And it's the most southerly point and the most northerly point of the Antarctic and Arctic, respectively. And every line, I think where I live is about 52.5 latitude, something, or 52.6, and London's about 51 something, and every line of latitude, and the latitudes is the 0 to 90, and the longitudes that go. I think that it's actually 360. It covers, the circumference of the globe, the planet, is 360 on the longitude lines. But you know, when you go north, east, west is longitude. East, west is longitude, and north, south is latitude. So the latitude is always 69.2 for every latitude line you go, for every north-south. So every time you go into a different number, like so you go from 3 to 4, so it takes you 69.2 miles, let's say 69.2 miles to go from latitude 3 to latitude 4, or latitude 52 or latitude 52 to latitude 53. So it's 69.2 miles, or thereabouts. And the longitude actually is actually, if you were somewhere around the equatorial part of the world, on the equator, and let's say, and the circumference there is the absolute biggest. It's at the biggest around the equator, and obviously, and in the Arctic and Antarctic, the North and South Pole is the smallest circumference, and so it's 24,901 miles if you went from what if you went say let's say you went from I don't know one part of Africa and then you did the 360 degrees circle, the circumference, then go back to you'd actually cover 24,901 miles, and also usually it's not strictly true in this, so I'm not spot on when I say this, but every 15 degrees you go into a different time zone, but it's not always like that. So, it's not always every 15 degrees you go into a new time zone. But actually, if you say right, so 24 times 15, 24 times 15 is 360. So where the east is always a day ahead of the west, isn't it? The east is in front of the west. So if you went somewhere, you could actually find you're exactly a day ahead of somewhere else in the planet. And where west meets the east, you're a day. The east is a day in front, or the west is a day behind. So I just wanted to say that to you. So it's 24,901 miles at the circumference, and at the equator it's at its fattest, so it covers the most distance at the equator. In latitude 0 it's covering 24,901. At latitude 52.5 it wouldn't be 24,901, certainly not. I'm not sure what it would be off the top of my head. And also the 15 degrees that you do, the 15 degrees that you travel, so to go into a new time zone. At latitude 0, it's about 1037. Sorry, it's 1037.54 miles. So round there. So every time you've covered 15 degrees of longitude, 15 degrees, and this is longitude, you've covered about 1,037 miles. 1,037 miles. And that's the spinning on its axis one, isn't it? For day to night. So it's that one. And the planet goes much quicker as we go round the sun. We're going much faster than that speed. I don't know what it is actually. Hang on just a minute. I could find it out for you very quickly. Just bear with me. Thank you. Just a minute. Thanks. Yeah, I think we're going about 416. So every 12 months, I think as we orbit the sun, I think we're covering the 583,416,000. I think there's something like that distance that we do. So if you went from the January the 1st to January the 1st of the next year, or we'd have covered 583,416,000 as we orbit as planet Earth orbits the sun. I think something like that. It's all. It might just be a prox. So you might find that it's not exact or precise. But so I just wanted to say that to you. And I think the 15 degrees that we would. So for example, and another thing I want to say to you, Stockholm, for example, is longitude 18 or so, and it should be, I think, a couple of hours, 2 hours ahead of the UK, because Finland's 2 hours ahead of the UK, but Stockholm is actually only an hour ahead of the UK. So when this happens, it would just mean that that Stockholm would have lighter mornings and darker evenings, and obviously Helsinki would have slightly darker mornings and lighter evenings because Stockholm might not be in the correct longitude because it's longitude 18 from Greenwich Mean Time. Now that means that it should be 2 hours ahead of us, but they're on the same time zone as the 0 to 15, as the one that's probably an hour ahead of us. So it's on the same it's on the same time as France and Spain and Italy, but it should be, and Germany. It's on the same time as that, but it should be probably an hour ahead of France, Spain, and Italy and Germany. But it's on the same time as France, Spain, and Germany and Italy. So I just thought I'd say that to you. But then, having said that, I think some parts of East Italy are in the longitudes that are 16 or 17. So they're actually. But that would just mean that the east parts of Italy would have lighter mornings and darker evenings, because that's how it works. So so lighter mornings and darker evenings if they're longitude 17 and they're in the 0 to 15 longitude. Obviously then it goes 15 to 30, 30 to 45, a new hour, new time zone. So it'll just mean that it has some lighter mornings and darker evenings. So the longitude is the east-west and the latitude is the north-south. And with this, 1,037 miles for the longitude at north, latitude north, because around latitude north they're 15 degrees. They're 0 to 15 of longitude would be further. I mean, with us around London, I think it's about 500 or 600. If that's sort of something like that. I'm just a guess, but for the 0 to 15, that we would then go into a different time zone. The latitude 51 or whatever, or 52, that the miles would be a lot smaller than the equator. So I just wanted to say that to you. Thank you very much for that. Thanks. And that distance, that 538,416 is the season one. So as we go through the year, we're travelling that as we're orbiting the sun. And the spinning on its axis is the night-day one. So I just wanted to say that to you. And that's over 1,000 round the equator, but it'd probably be about 500 round here, 600 maybe, and about 1 or 2 mph round the north and south pole. So because it's got less distance to cover. So I just wanted to say that to you. Thank you for listening to me. And I just want to do another thing I want to do today. If I do this very quickly, I'm going to do a bit of standard form at the moment with you now, if that's all right. Right. Right, I just want to do that, say that to you now. That's all right. I've done 260 million. That's 2.6 times 10 to the 8, to the power of 8. Yeah. Just wanted to write that down for you. Lovely, thank you. And if I just do this one here. And this one here is 4,187 million, something like that. It's a big number. And it's 4.187 times 10 to the power of 9. Just wanted to show you that. Yeah, these are big numbers here, big figures. Just wanted to show you that. Thank you for that. And if I do this one here, this one is to the power of -5. This is 5 times 10 to the power of -5 there. So it's got 5 noughts and 5 there, the number 5. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that to you. Thank you. Thanks very much. if I just write this down as well now. That's 10 to the power of 6. That's a 1 million. And if I do this, that is 1 millionth or micro, I think, for this one. I've done a line under the... Just ignore that top one there and look at the stuff under that line. And it's that one. That one there. It's 1 millionth micro. Thank you. Thanks for that. Thanks. Yeah, just make sure. Thank you. And if I just do this one here, 10 to the power of minus 3, that's milli, is this one here. Ten to the power of minus 3 milli, that's milli there, is that one there, and that's milli. Okay, thank you for that. It's milli there. Thanks. Now if I do this one here, 10 to the minus 9, and this is this one here. That's nano, billionth. I think that's in the US number system. I think that's billionth, and in the British system, I think it's milli. It's milliard, milliardth, like that in England. So just billionth for the US and milliard for the milliardth in English, I think. So it's 10 to the power of minus 9. I just want you to see that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. And if I put here I want you to see this. Just that's pH there. I just want you to see that. Thank you very much. Lovely, thank you. Thanks. If I put here 2.3 times 10 minus 3, that's 0.023 minus 3 there. Sorry, I just put the... Yeah, so it's 2.3 times 10 minus 3, and you get that. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thank you for that. And if I just quickly do this as well now. Right, 10 to the power of 3 is 1,000 or kilo. And then 10 to the power of 6 is like this. It's mega. Just want you to see that. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. 10 to the power of 3 is kilo. 10 to the power of 6 is mega. So there are 6 noughts and 3 noughts there. Thank you very much for that. And 10 to the power of 9 is this one here. That's giga and billion. I think in the American system it's billion, and in the British system it's giga. So I just wanted you to see that. 10 to the power of 9, or giga or billion. Just wanted you to see that. Thank you. Thanks for that. And then here I've got, I just want to write something else down for you. If I put this down for you, $3,000 watts is equal to 3 kilowatts. Thank you for that. Lovely, thank you. 3,000 watts is equal to 3 kilowatts. 500 watts is equal to 0.5 kilowatts. So that's how it's written. 500 watts is equal to 0.5 kilowatts. And 1,000 watts is equal to 1 kilowatt. 50 watts is equal to 0.05 kilowatts. And 5 watts here, I've got 5 watts, is equal to 0.005 kilowatts. So I've got the units there, kW for the units. I just want you to see that quickly. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Just want you to see that. Thank you. Thanks. Just want you to see that. And that's my W, so I've got a W, 2 W's there. I know it might not look like a W, but anyway, so I just wanted you to see that. And then if I just do this here, right, I've just got I've just written that as well for you to see. I'd like you to see that. Lovely, thank you. So it's 0.01, 1 over 100, 3 noughts, 1 over 1,000. 1,000 volts is equals to 1 kilovolt. 1,000 hertz equals 1 kilohertz. Just want you to see it. Thank you, thanks. And quickly, I just want to write this down for you. Right, that's 132 kilovolts, and 132,000 volts. Just want to. That's how they've been. That's how you write them down. And they mean the same thing. They actually mean the same thing, just different units. Thank you. And then just 11 That's 11,000 volts there, and that's 11 kVs there on the left, and on the right it's 11,000 volts. And here I've got 230 volts equals 0.230 kilovolts. So 230 volts is like that, and then 0.230 kilovolt is kilovolts or whatever. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Right, I just want to say, another thing I want to say today is that 2.54 is like centimetres, or is it centimetres? I think it might be centimetres. And one of those, well, 2.54 is equal to 1 inch. So I just wanted to say that to you. And 12 inches, or 1 foot should I say, is the same as 30.48 centimetres. So that comes to 12 inches, or 1 foot comes to 30.48 centimetres. And if you times that by whatever you want to be, so if you want to times it, if you want to know what 5 feet is, you just say 30.48 times 5, or 4 feet, or whatever, 6 feet. So if I said to you 30 times 6, for example, that gives you 182.88 centimetres. And that's actually 6 foot. Right, that's 6 foot. But then if I wanted to say 182.88, what's 6.1? What is 6.1? Well, it's actually it's 185.42. So 6'1" is 185.42. 185.42. So I just wanted to show you that. Thank you for that. Thanks. So 2.54 is 1 inch, and 12 inches is a foot. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Thank you. And 30.48 is 30.48 is 12 inches, and it's 1 foot as well, 1 feet. I just wanted to show you that. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you. Right, just want to... Yeah, I just want to say another thing I wanted to say to you. If like, for example, if, Usain Bolt can go, he does more than 100, when he runs, he does 10 seconds, and he runs 100 metres, and under 10 seconds is 9 point something, isn't it? But if someone was going at 10, if they were running and they were kept it up, and they did 10 seconds to do 100 metres, so they're doing the seconds, sex for short, SEC, and metres. And in a minute, they will have covered 600 metres. And then in an hour, they'll have done 36,000 metres. And actually 36,000 metres, as I'm sure you know, is 36 kilometres. So you just knock off because it's divided by 1,000, so you divide 36,000 by 1,000, and they'd be going 36 kilometres per hour. I just wanted to say that to you. So yeah, and if you wanted to do it in kilometres, you could actually say 0.600 kilometres a second. Sorry, a minute times 60 gives you. So if you wanted to say times 60, that would actually give you 36. So if you just wanted to do it in kilometres, the units in kilometres, 0.600 kilometres is a minute, times 60 will get you. You'll have done 36 kilometres. So you'll have actually they've gone. So when when they complete 100 metres in 10 seconds, they've gone 36 kilometres per hour. It's very quick, isn't it? And in actually, if I just quickly say 62.15, divide that times 36. It's 22.37. It's 22.374 mph. 22.374 mph. So that's what they're doing. And Usain Bolt's probably going about 24 miles an hour, just for perhaps he can keep it up for 100 metres or 200 metres. So yeah, it's interesting, that, isn't it? What else can I? Right. I just want to say one more thing to you actually today. So I just want to quickly say something to you now, very quickly. Before I leave you today, I just want to say something else. So if a car travels 22 yards in half a second, it will have travelled 44 yards in 1 second. So 60 times 44 gives you 2,640 yards. So just want to say this very quickly to you. So if a car travels 22 yards in half a second, it will have travelled 44 yards in a second. So 60 times 44 gives you 26 yards. This means the car has travelled 2,640 yards in a minute. If you multiply 2640 by 60, so if you multiply very quickly here. If you multiply 2640 times 60, that will give you 158,400 yards. The car has travelled in an hour. To convert yards into miles, you divide 1760 into 158,400, because there are 760 yards in a mile. This gives you 90 mph. So the answer is 90. So you divide it by 1760. So this gives you 90 mph. So it's 90 miles an hour. And one way to see that you're right, to check that you've done it correctly, multiply 90 by 1760. So if you multiply 90 by 1760, it gives you 158,400 yards, which is the same as 90 miles an hour. So I just wanted to say that to you. So yeah, that's right, because you're getting the 44 yards in a second, and see 44 times 60 gives you in a minute, times 60. Yeah, so I just want to quickly say this very quickly, and then I'll wrap things up with you here. Thank you for being patient again. Yeah, so 22 yards in half a second, you'll have done 22 yards. 22 yards for half a second. 44 yards in 1 second. So 44 times 60, 26. So it's 2640 in a minute. So that's for a minute, 2640 for 1 minute. And then 2640 times 60, it's 158,400 yards. And if you want to convert it into miles, you just say 158,400, divide that by 1760, and it gives you 90. 158,400 times 158,400, divide that by... Yeah, so 158,400, divide that by 1760, gives you 90. I've covered quite a lot today, and it's very nice of you to watch me. And if you like what I'm doing, could you subscribe? It'd be very kind of you if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being patient while I'm writing all my sums down, and thank you very much. And thank you again. Thank you so much for if you've enjoyed what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.